Welcome back to Story Mode. It's the end of 2000 and we're settling into the house quite well. Mandy has a new job, I'm playing a lot of games on PlayStation 2, and we decided to get a dog. Welcome to 2001, where movies are starting to look so realistic thanks to the technology.
Masks, there's some. Don't let them fool you. There's boatloads.
However, not all movies relied on technology. They relied on great actors, such as Brad Pitt and George Clooney in Ocean's 11. And one of my favourites from 2001, Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington in Training Day.
Because he knows my first name? Son, this is the game. I'm playing his ass. That's my job. That's your job.
This is also the year when Lara Croft went from this to this in Lara Croft Tomb Raider the movie. Well, we can't forget comedies, and my favourites will be Super Troopers.
Sorry about that.
All right, Mel. Hand over your license and registration. Your registration? Hurry up, Meow.
And Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
What do about dealing in front of the store? Now drop the kid and peddle your wares someplace else, burn boy.
However, my favourite movie of 2001 would have to go to Fast and Furious. And while this was going on, we had one of the world's biggest tragedies in recent times.
It's 8:52 here in New York. I'm Bryant Gumbel. We understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan. You're looking at the World Trade Center. We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that. We don't know if it was a commercial aircraft. So you have no idea right now?
There's another one. Another plane just hit. Right. Oh my God. Another plane has just hit. It hit another building.
I don't think there's anyone around the world who wasn't affected by this horrific tragedy. I remember waking up in the morning and making Mandy's breakfast and then putting on the TV, the smoke coming out of one of the towers, and it was on every single channel, and Mandy and I just sat there for hours in disbelief watching the news.
Eyewitness reports believe it was a kamikaze act from the pilot where he deliberately aligned himself. Goodness me, I'm sorry. You can see there the second tower, it does appear, may well have been collapsing.
It's something we'll never forget, and let's hope it never happens again. Thousands of lives innocently taken. So it's 2001 and Mandy and I felt a little bit alone in this very big house. It was quiet and almost lifeless. We needed to do something, so we decided to get a pet.
Have a good trip, Einstein. Watch your head.
We love all animals, but we're leaning more towards dogs. So we took a drive down to the Lost Dogs home. Going there was gut-wrenching, seeing all the dogs around us just looking so sad and just looking for love. Going there after many visits, we just couldn't find the right dog. We were after a dog that was going to be fairly good with kids once we're ready. We had word that a litter of puppy were for sale from a private house not too far from our house. We went there the next day and were greeted by an older man and his wife. They were fantastic. They were explaining about the mother and father dog, which was a Labrador was the mother and a German Shepherd was the father. Unfortunately, the father died by a snake bite. So Mandy and I started looking at the puppies. They were absolutely adorable, but I picked out one straight away. And Mandy, well, she agreed with me. But there was a big problem. The pup we picked, who was female, she had another pup who was also female following her around. I looked at Mandy and said, "What do you think?" Mandy nodded. She knew what I was thinking. Let's get them both. Then the lady told us from birth they were inseparable. That was like 8 weeks. So they would just be around each other all the time, whereas the other pups were either doing their own thing or huddling together. So it was an omen. We got them home, we put them in the house, they were running around on the carpet. Mandy and I looked at each other once again and we knew our lives would change forever. We were responsible for these two bundles of love. One had a pointed nose and was a little bit more sleek. We named her Saber. The other had pointed ears. We named her Naomi, after the famous Sega hardware. Unfortunately, after a week, Saber got really sick. She started bleeding from the mouth and could barely hold her weight. So I took her to my mother's vet, Robin. Not only an amazing vet, but a great friend. Unfortunately, Saber had a disease called parvo. This disease kills the colon and the digestive system and basically eats itself. There's nothing really Robin could do except put her on a drip and slowly feed her and nurse her back to health. When he told me the odds of 80% chance she could die, I just couldn't deal with it. I said, you have to do everything you can to save this pup. 2 days later, Naomi gets sick. So we had to take Naomi up to see Robin, and then they're both in the same pen with the same disease. They could barely move. They're both sick. All we could do is pray. Over a week later, they started showing signs of getting on their feet and getting through this disease. Saber was the first to recover, obviously because she got sick first. We took her home and she was bouncing around. A day later, resilient Naomi joined us as well. It's a moment I'll never forget. We're one big happy family. Yep, they were amazing times. The dogs bounced back so quickly. And for the rest of the year, they just grew and grew and grew. And now that they've finally settled in, I could go back to playing video games. Hang on, that's right, video games. So Nintendo are about to release their brand new console known as the Nintendo GameCube.
All of us at Nintendo who have been working on the GameCube project over the past several years.
The exciting thing about the GameCube, it was on mini CDs, and this was Nintendo's first optical-based console. To be honest, I was just still getting used to the PlayStation 2 and didn't really want another console coming out. And then Microsoft threw their hat in the ring.
Bill Gates, you never cease to amaze The Rock. Never cease to amaze The Rock. You're right again. Today isn't about you, it's about the new Xbox. And quite frankly, I couldn't be more excited. The Xbox is everything The Rock is. Cutting edge, powerful, exhilarating, and like The Rock, it will be the most electrifying thing coming out this year.
This shocked me. This was a direct competitor to the PlayStation 2, and I don't think I like it.